Hello, this is going to be the Atraxa deck profile. Yeah, let's get started. So Atraxa is a commander, obviously. Um, yeah, so yeah. Starting off with ramp, we have Rampant Growth, Grow from Ashes, Codamus Reach, Cultivate. These are all pretty standard for ramp package. And then you have Explosive Vegetation, Sakura Chest Root. Fetching for gates is also really nice because it thins out your deck and gets rid of like any problematic gates. So in your your turn 5 or turn 6 play, your turn 5 play becomes like really smoothed out. That's it for like spell ramp. Onto creature ramp. We have Fire Sage, and for the lead. These two come really nice with Atraxa because you can just place +1/+1 counters on them. So like once they have one, well, he comes out with two, so you can just hold off on like fetching for land and turn 4 Atraxa, place a counter. You can turn 4 Atraxa, place a counter, turn 5 start ramping consistently. Gyre Sage is just overall broken card. So let's get on how to place the counters on him. Simic Initiate, Servant of the Scales. He dies, plays counters onto the best card in the deck, which I'll show later, and then Simic Initiate is a Graph 1 creature. That's pretty good. Aquastrand is Graph 2. Anafenza is the Kintree Spirit. Is a when it enters whenever a creature enters the battlefield, non-token, sorry. Poster 1 can place a +1/+1 counter on the weakest guy. Placing it on the weakest person would be like a Simic Initiate, which becomes a 2/2. Then with the Atraxa out, becomes a 3/3. And then with another creature coming in on the next turn, you can set up for bigger plays. Scarting Manticore, another one of those good zeros. Move counters from it to proliferate. And then, yeah. Alzan Ascendancy, just an overall good play it, need the counters. And then with the bonus effect of whenever a non-token creature you control dies, create a 1/1 Flying Spirit. Good Fortune Unicorn enters the battlefield, place a +1/+1 counter on it. Generate Crisis, don't need to explain this. Anafenza, pretty good card actually. Actually having the attack and then place a counter on it is really nice. And then Renata, just another Good Fortune Unicorn. Citadel Siege, targeting a creature. And place 2 +1/+1 counters on it is also nice. You can also tap things down on someone's turn and prevent them from attacking. I've done it a few times. Ajani, good target. Path of Discovery. It's a ramper and because it fixes your hand. So like if you play a creature, you either draw a card or it enters with a +1/+1 counter. It doesn't really matter. You want the land sometimes, and then sometimes you want the creature. It depends. Loyal Guardian does the same. Turn 4 Atraxa into turn 5. Loyal get you 2 +1/+1 counters. 2/6/6s on the board, so that's pretty good. Venerated Loxodon, really good card, really underrated. And the best card in the deck, Master Biomancer. I'll show some combos with it. This is why this is one of the best cards in the deck. This is actually almost the best card in the deck because they enter with +1/+1 counters equal to its power, and the rest doesn't matter. So okay, let's start off. Fetching. So we want to find it. So Domri's Call fetches for it in a sense, and then you're gonna clone it. You can clone it. Getting clones off on it is like super good because if you clone Master Biomancer, so let's say you turn 4 Master Biomancer into like one of the clone effects right here, your board becomes instantly 2+. Your board becomes 4. Your board instantly gets +6, +6/+6, 6 +1/+1 counters. That's already good enough. And then because your team already has +1/+1 counters, you can just give it these 3. Absalom Falconer, Battle Priest, and Merc Night Blade gives it Death Touch, give it Lifelink, give it Flying. So you become a bigger threat. And then because your team is now 6/6'd up, you can just use Herald of a Secret Stream so that they can't be blocked and you can kill someone off. Grateful Apparition, so you can proliferate the counters onto Master Biomancer so your board becomes bigger. Corpseshock Menace has so much synergy with this card, it's not even funny. Like, you can cast it and then Corpseshock, and then Corpseshock will enter with 4 +1/+1 counters. And then if you had a copy, if you had a copy from earlier, say like, we're not even gonna use Progenitor because that's the extreme. You just 4 mana because you got mana screwed. You play this and then you play him and then you play him. He'll now this enters with 2. This enters with 4+1/+1 counters. So yeah. Lightning Constrictor, a weaker version. Pure and just an overall good card. It does the same thing as Lightning Constrictor. Be careful of this line. You get 1 or more counters, you get that many of those counters +1 instead. If you get an infect counter, you get an extra one. So just be careful of that. Toothy, because you have to partner it with Pure, and it's also a really good draw engine. Echo of Eons, good draw card. Days Undoing, Camaraderie, Shamanic Revelation. Those are all standard draw cards. Draw cards equal to the number of creatures you control is pretty standard. Wait, sorry. Prime Speaker Zagano, good card. Fathom Mage, another good card. Draw cards, more draw cards. Yep. Because you can never draw enough in this game. Elspeth Sun's Champion. Get you, so if you just have this and then you go Elspeth, you have 3 3/3s. So you have you have 9 power on board. 9 power on board. And they get counters, so you have 12 power +4, which is 16 power on board. 16 power on board is close enough to killing them. So yeah, you can turn 4, turn 5 into Atraxa, turn 6 Elspeth is the equivalency of 20 power on board, actually, yes. Because if you cast Atraxa, she'll enter with 6 counters, and then this becomes 3, so that's 9, 6 + 9 is 15. 15 proliferates, that's 19 power, and then that's 21 power. My bad. Yep. Tristani does the same thing as Elspeth, but it's 2 1/1 soldiers with lifelink. To protect him, join shields and inspiring call. These are okay cards. Humble Host. Equipping it and then just holding off and not doing anything just itself is such a threat. So you can always have like hand advantage and just make a creature every rotation. So it's pretty good. This is basically staple in every deck, I think. I don't know why it's not played anywhere. Dawn of Hope. 4 mana, make a 3/3 with Master Biomancer on board. Bread for the Hunt. It's pretty good, actually. So the creature comes in with a +1/+1 counter. You can swing with it, and then you just draw a card. It's so nice. It's so nice. Ojek, standard. Ojek with Atraxa and Master Biomancer gets you 11 power on board. Is it 11? Yeah. 11 power on board instantly. With Flying Death Touch, Lifelink, Vigilance. So you gain 11 life, which is pretty good, which prevents the life swing from happening. Counter spells, just proliferating is not the bad one, actually. Night of Autumn and Rambunctious Monk. Really, I just use them for artifact removal. I think this is better than Ruck Sage, and I think this one is just an overall big wall, I guess. I don't have a Ruck Sage, so. Collective Effort, Council of Judgment, Path, and Swords. These are just good removal spells. You can Council of Judgment, actually. So you can like make super good wicked plays with Council's Judgment, which is like you can target someone else's permanent. It's non-land, by the way. So you can target someone's like non-land permanent that you don't deem to be like important, and like they can vote for something else. So like you can get a board wipe on the turn. Like you can remove up to like how many 4 permanents if anything. So yeah, that card's actually underrated. And then Planar Cleansing has the last card because it's a board wipe. Everything really revolves around this card, really, because it's so good. Like the rest of it is like okay, but like without Master, like this deck really does fall apart. So let's go on to lands. 2 swamp, 5 islands, and then 6 white and 6 forests. Yeah, there's all 6, and then 6 plains, and then the Azorius land is like really nice. The bounce lands, and then so just okay, bounce lands, yep, bounce lands, guild gates, yep, all 6 guild gates. Don't need to all 6 guild goods, and then the 4 Citadel lands. I call them Citadel lands. I don't know what the 4 tri-lands, the original tri-lands, not the second lands, and then just a Man Tower, Gateway Plaza, and Guild Mage's Forum. So if you cast Master Biomancer through Guild Mage's Forum, he'll get an extra +1/+1 counter on it. That's actually really nice. So your team becomes 3. That means Atraxa becomes 7. 3 hits equals game from Atraxa. That's really nice. So yeah, that's the Atraxa 100. I think it's like 127 or something. Like it's like $100 charge. So yeah, it's like 127. So yeah. You have any? Yep.